Okay, so imagine this. You've got this airline, right? Famous for its huge, majestic four-engine jets. And then, all of a sudden, they decide to trade them all in for a super modern, sleek fleet. That is the wild story of Thai Airways. And today, we're going to break down their massive reinvention, all the high-stakes drama behind the scenes, and what it all means for the future. And I mean, this slide pretty much says it all. Over on the left, you've got the iconic Boeing 747, the legendary Queen of the Skies. It's really a symbol of a completely different era in aviation. Then on the right, you see the future, the super efficient Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Look, this is way more than just swapping old planes for new ones. This is a total rethink of how Thai Airways operates in the modern world. So to really get a handle on where Thai Airways is headed, we have to go back a little bit. We need to understand the incredibly tough call they made to say goodbye to some of the most beloved airplanes ever to grace the skies. It was a move that honestly shocked a lot of people, but it was a step they absolutely had to take. And it really was the end of an era. I mean, not that long ago, their fleet was a who's who of aviation legends. You had the 747, of course, but also the massive double-decker Airbus A380 and the long four-engined A340. These planes were all about luxury, prestige, but in today's market, they just became symbols of inefficiency. They were absolute gas guzzlers, and way too often they were flying with a lot of empty seats. So, what's the new strategy? Well, it's all about going lean. It's about building a modern fleet of twin-engine jets. And the thing is, these jets aren't just way better on fuel, they're also a lot more flexible. And for you, the passenger, that's great news. It means the airline can start new routes, offer more direct flights, which all boils down to more choice and, hopefully, a much better trip. All right, so with those giants of the sky officially retired, what does the Thai Airways fleet actually look like right now? Let's pop the hood and take a look. As you can see, it's a much more streamlined mix of modern Airbus and Boeing twin jets. But the really interesting part? Just look at the growth in the A350 and 787 numbers. These wide-body jets, the ones with two aisles, they are the new workhorses for long-haul flights. They are absolutely key to the airline's entire plan for a more profitable future. Now check out that number right there, 20. 20 Airbus A320s. That, if you were following a few years ago, basically just appeared out of thin air. These smaller, single-aisle jets were not part of the main Thai Airways fleet. So where on earth did they come from? Well, the answer is a whole story about a failed experiment and a pretty big change in strategy. Yep, they came from Thai Smile. That was the airline's regional, sort of low-cost subsidiary. The idea behind it was good: create a faster, cheaper airline to fight off the budget carriers. But, despite their best efforts, Thai Smile just couldn't make a profit. It basically became a money pit. So, in a really bold move, Thai just shut the whole thing down and pulled its entire fleet of A320s right into the main airline. Okay, so absorbing an old fleet, that's one thing. But Thai Airways isn't just playing defense here. No, they are going on the offensive with a huge expansion plan that's going to add dozens of brand new jets. This isn't just a refresh, we're talking a complete overhaul. And when I say massive, I mean it. Get this, they've got 32 of the newest Airbus A321neos on order for their shorter routes. But the real showstopper? A huge deal for 45 Boeing 787 Dreamliners, with the option to get another 35 on top of that. To put that into perspective, that's enough new long-haul planes to replace their entire fleet, and then some. This is a massive bet on the future of travel. And listen, this isn't just about adding more seats. It's about creating a better, more consistent experience for passengers. The CEO, Chai Yamsiri, explains it here. The new A321neos are going to have lie-flat business class seats, something that was basically unheard of on those regional routes. The whole point is to give you a seamless premium journey, no matter how short or long your flight is. But the story of how they ended up ordering all those Boeing 787s, it is not simple at all. In fact, it's a wild tale of some really high-stakes negotiations, a little bit of corporate drama, and a final decision that honestly sent shockwaves through the whole industry. Okay, so here's how it all went down. Thai was talking to both Airbus and Boeing, but they hit a major snag. You see, the Airbus A350 can only be powered by Rolls-Royce engines, and Rolls-Royce just wasn't willing to give Thai the kind of deep discounts they were pushing for. And that pricing fight, it was the final straw. The entire deal with Airbus just fell apart. And a pretty frustrated Thai Airways walked right over to their biggest rival, Boeing, and its engine partner GE.
So that brings us to this kind of strange, ironic twist in the story, which is also the airline's single biggest problem right now. Even though they have this massive order for new planes and a really clear vision for the future, Thai Airways is actually facing a critical shortage of aircraft.
It's a fair question, right? You've just ordered dozens and dozens of brand new Dreamliners. You should be good to go for years. So why in the world are you suddenly scrambling to lease more planes? Well, the answer really pulls back the curtain on the messy reality of the airline industry today. The heart of the problem is this. Major delivery delays from the manufacturers, especially for those new Boeing 787s, are creating this huge gap in their capacity. The planes they desperately need just aren't arriving on time, and that can mean canceling routes, it can mean unhappy passengers, and it's a giant headache for the airline. And the stakes here are incredibly high. The CEO has been perfectly clear about it. He says getting this capacity is absolutely necessary. Without getting more planes in the air, fast, probably through short-term leases, the airline's entire growth strategy is at risk. It's become a real race against the clock. But there's a huge roadblock, and believe it or not, it's coming from inside the company. This isn't the first time they've tried to lease more planes. The airline's own board, probably still nervous about past money troubles, has actually rejected similar plans multiple times. It's this classic situation where a company is kind of at war with itself. It knows it needs to grow, but it's really cautious about spending the money. And that, right there, is the million-dollar question. Thai Airways has this bold, modern plan for its future, but can this whole ambitious reinvention actually work when it's being squeezed from one side by delivery delays and from the other side by its own internal hurdles? The answer is not just going to decide the future of Thai Airways. It might just give us a glimpse into the future of an entire industry that's wrestling with these exact same challenges.